In this video, we're going to take a look at Masters 1, Brown Stripe 6. So this is going to be the second half of our C block kata. And so you can make sure that you have that movement. So if we just finished our spear hand strike, what we are doing now is we're moving our back leg to turn around and go back the way we came. Okay? So I want you to pretend, for the video's sake, I did my spear hand, now I've turned around and I'm facing you after the spear hand strike. From here, I'm going to go to my left. I'm going to do that same knife hand block that we had done earlier. So knife hand block. Now I'm going to step 45 degrees and do another knife hand block in my back stance. Moving the front leg over, back to the right side, folding it, knife hand block. Stepping 45 degrees, fold, knife hand block. So it's 4 total knife hand blocks, 2 and 2. Now we're going to move our front leg over. So I'm going to take my front leg over, move it right back to the way I came. So I'm going to be in a front stance facing straight ahead. From here, I'm going to take my back hand and I'm going to do a scoop block. When I do a scoop block, my fist is facing me. So if you look at me from this angle, my fist is facing me. And I'm doing this circular motion. So I'm in a front stance, circular motion. Back leg, we're going to do a front kick. Set our foot down and then punch. Now the hand that's out, we're going to do another one for the next move. So scoop. So we're practicing our other side of our body, right? Kick, set it down, punch. Then we're going to take a step forward with our back leg, doing our twin fist block or our motote block. So hands are coming across your body. The next couple of moves are pretty simple, but we want to make sure that we understand how to do it. It's a low block and a high block, right? So from here, I'm doing that same turnaround that we just practiced. The back leg is turning, and now I'm going to go to my left. So I'm going to stay facing this way for just a second so you can see. To my left, I'm going to do a low block. Then I'm going to step forward 45 degrees and do a high block. I'm going to do the same thing back to the right side. Low block, 45 degrees, high block motion. Okay? So now I'm going to do that whole kata again. This time I'm going to just do it as if we finished that spear hand technique so that you can see how it flows from the spear hand. So here's my spear hand. Right? I turn. 1, 2, 3, 4. Move the front leg. Scoop, kick, punch. Scoop, kick, punch. Motote. Back leg turns. Low block front stance. High block front stance. Turn. Low block front stance. High block front stance. Those are the techniques required for your Brown Stripe 6 in our Masters 1 training. So in this segment of the video, we're going to talk about Heian Nidan, which traditionally used to be called Pinan Shodan, which was actually the first kata. So if you have watched my other video, you would know that the Heian katas really, I think, are designed to be learned as a whole, as one complete self-defense system. And so I look at it from a fighting in order. So if you were to look at the actual Pinan Shodan, which we call Heian Nidan, it used to be the first kata. And if you're thinking about the first level of the fight, that's when somebody's punching and kicking you and doing all that. So Mr. Filippo is going to help us out with this. We're going to take a look at that kata and show you exactly what's going on with it, and give you some cool drills so that you can be able to practice with it. So the opening move of the kata is, of course, this C block. You see this motion a lot. You see it in Heian Nidan. You see it in Konkudai, where you're bringing your hands up. Several of the katas as you practice, and I think it's real simple. A lot of people try to over-explain this, but I think it's basically somebody's attacking it, and you're just getting your hands up, right? The next part of the kata is doing knife hand, 45 knife hand, 45 knife hand. What we're actually doing here is, again, dealing with that. You're throwing a punch, block, block. So if you'll look, I'm blocking 9 degrees, then I'm stepping into him 45 degrees, and you see he's off balance, smashing into that forearm into the neck. So I'm practicing that same motion again, but I'm actually being able to do it from a block and then into a smash, and getting some practice of some additional angles rather than going straight line and 45 degrees. Practicing both sides. So if I'm doing that again, block. So here I am straight. If I went straight on him, I might miss. So I'm actually going to go 45 degrees into him so I can get a good strike into that position there. So I'm practicing those angles. The next part of the kata is kind of fun. You've done your knife hand. You're going to actually step and do this little scooping motion. okay? So the scooping motion, kick, and then punch, okay? So there are several techniques that I think are going on in here. There's actually been a thought process of, if I'm here and I'm doing my knife hand block motion, I could actually pull the guy off balance and then do some cool stuff behind him and take him down. But I think if you get too obscure with some of your techniques, that's not it. Simple is better. And what I think is happening here with this motion is maybe you've gotten inside here, you've done some punching stuff, he's reaching over, you're grabbing, you're doing something. And what I'm going to do is a big circular motion. And in that circular motion, I'm actually going to go underneath his arm here and get the thing trapped. So you can see how I've got him trapped. Then I'm going to kick him in the leg, just like what we've done before, and then punch him, right? Boom, I've got some punches, I've got some kicks. It's telling you, got the arm trapped, punches, kicks, and you can take the guy down. So I'm doing a big scooping motion. This scooping motion doesn't work, right? Let's say I'm in here, and he's trying to come out with that other hand. The scooping motion doesn't work if it's little. See? It needs to be a big motion. You're going to attack this outside of the arm. So you'll notice there'll be a bend in the arm here. I'm actually going to drop my arm down on that. And then when I come back up, it's doing this circular motion. I end up keeping the arm bent, which is what I want. I want to keep that arm bent as I go into this outside, motion that I can kick and punch and scoop and kick and work that particular angle to be able to finish that out. Right? So again, I'm in here, maybe he's throwing a punch. Inside here, he's grabbing me with that hand, and I'm going to make a big scoop circular motion. See? So here I am, big scoop circular, bang, kicking, punching. So it's just giving you some options on what's going on and getting those arms out of the way. Again, kind of we're starting to play with this attack motion. So the last technique is doing a low block to a high block. We already know that can be blocking a kick and blocking a punch, but I don't think what's going on. There's a throw that Funakoshi has published in his first book. And in that throw, what we're actually doing is we're stepping on the opponent's foot, and then we're driving our forearm into the opponent's armpit area, and then we're doing a takedown, right? So if I've got somebody who's punching me, bang, I could be, he's punching me, I've got my hands up, I've already done this other stuff, everything in the kata or whatever, right? But I'm executing a low block, and when I execute the low block, I'm actually stepping into the opponent. So if he's here, I'm doing my low block and I'm stepping in. See? I'm stepping on his foot. Low block. Then I'm going to step 45 degrees, and I'm going to do a high block. And what I actually want to do is get my forearm and my elbow into this chest and armpit area. So as I step in, I'm going to go to here, and then I can drive them down to the ground. You'll see this in dirty boxing. You'll see it sometimes if you're watching a boxing match, guys punching, they get in here and they step on it, and then they throw a hook and make the guy fall down so they can get a knockdown or whatever on it. But if I'm doing my low block, I'm stepping on the foot, I'm going to step now 45 degrees, which is what makes him fall, by going on those angles that he's not used to. And so I'm doing my low block and then getting my high block in that 45-degree angle, right? Low block, and then high block to be able to get that takedown. So these are some of the basic techniques that I think is going on. Again, it could be blocking and punching, but I really feel like it's more of these items based off some of the research and things that we're doing. So enjoy practicing your hand on knee on top.